Hey you guys, so I'm super excited because today, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using Kmart products only. So this is the look that I ended up creating today. I decided I would do this video today because it relates a lot back to me, because where I live we don't have any other shops apart from Kmart, and being able to use products that I can buy locally rather than ordering online and spending a lot of money on was something that was really exciting for me and I really wanted to do, so that's what I did here. If you guys want to see me create this look that I have here today using products just from Kmart, make sure you keep on watching and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so jumping straight into it, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows first just because that's what I do normally, and the product that I'm going to be using is the OXX Cosmetic Beauty Eyebrow Powder Palette. Now this powder palette is the Kmart brand itself and it cost me $2. And I'm going to be doing something a little bit different because I don't like using a powder for my brows normally. I prefer a gel or a pen, so I'm going to be making this powder into a gel form. And to do that, I'm going to be taking this Australis Primer Spritz and I'm going to be applying this in the lid of the case and mixing in some of the powder with my brow brush to make it a liquid. I'm also going to actually spray this on my face first before I start so we can prime my skin. I've recently been using this and I've absolutely been loving it, so I definitely know that this product is great. I bought it and I couldn't help myself. The only downfall that it has a really hard spray, and I'm just going to spray this into the lid. And I'm just going to dip my brush, and I'm using an Anastasia brow brush, and then I'm just going to dip it back into the powder itself until I get like a little bit of consistency. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the powder and put it in the actual palette. So I'm just going to do my brows as normal. I do have an eyebrow tutorial coming very soon after this video. If not, it may already be up. So if you do want to see that detailed video, definitely go and check it out. Or if it's not up yet, go ahead and subscribe so you can get the notification for it. And then just to clean up around those brows, because I made an absolute mess, I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light 10. I'm going to be using a concealer brush just to carve out my brows. The brows are all done. They haven't come out quite like my normal eyebrow would naturally with like my other gel product. Like I said, it doesn't have that really pigmented color to it, and it not being a full cream, I just don't find that you can get the most like crisp line with it. So I definitely think, you know, for $2 it is absolutely fantastic, but I still would prefer to go back to my Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia just based upon of how crisp and clean a line that I personally like. Then we're moving on to the eyes, and I'm going to start by priming them, and I'm going to be using that same Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm just going to apply that onto my eyelids as a primer. And then I'm just going to let that dry for a little bit, because one thing that I do find with these products, like the Maybelline ones, the Fit Me, is that they are very watery, like not thick. So I find that letting them dry out a little bit before you go and finish blending them out really helps to get a good coverage of the product. To set that in place, I'm going to be using the BYS Translucent Powder, and this is in the shade Light. It's called a translucent powder, which I don't really understand because it's got a color to it, so to me that's not translucent. So I'm just going to really press this into that concealer to set it and also add a little bit of coverage at the same time. Jumping into the eyes now, I'm just going to be taking my BYS Berries palette. Now this palette here has got a huge range of colors to choose from. And to start off, I'm just going to be using this very first shade here called Majestic. This is just going to act as a transition shade. Then I'm just going to be taking the shade called Toffee just here, and I'm going to be applying that in my crease with that same brush. And I'm just going to be using circular motions to apply that. I'm just going to be going back in and using the colour Sundown next, and I'm going to be placing that in the crease as well as the outer corner. Next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be taking this shade called Majestic, and I'm just going to be popping that in the crease and outer corner as well, just to build some depth. And I'm going to start by patting that in the outer corner and then blending it out. I'm going to run that through the crease as well. I'm just taking this shade called Royale, I think, this one just here, and I'm going to be applying that into the crease as well, just to deepen up the look again. This colour is super duper pigmented. Really nice. And I'm really just trying to keep that below all those transition shades, just because I don't want it to go any higher than my crease. Like ever so slightly, because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to go above it, but like for anybody else who does not have hooded eyes like me, you'd go right on that crease. And then just taking my 221 brush, and I'm just going to blend out those edges in with the rest of the eyeshadow. Then I'm just going to be taking this dark brown shade right at the end here, and I'm going to be focusing that in the outer crease. But I'm going to pack that on the outer corner, and then I'm going to start blending it out. Once I've got those blended out, I'm going to go in with this really nice shade. It's called Juliet. It's a really beautiful purple coloured shade, and I'm just going to be running that through my crease to add a little bit of colour into this look. Like, I know it's really colourful as it is at the moment, but I wanted to add a little bit of bright colour in there. Next, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Master Precise Liner, and I'm just going to be creating a wing on this look. Just realised I forgot to cut my crease. Stupid. Okay, scrap the eyeliner. I'm going to go back in and cut my crease. I can't believe I forgot that. I'm just going to be taking the Fit Me Concealer, and I'm going to cut my crease with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this to my lid just there. And then I'm going to do a trick which I learned from another YouTuber, is you just look ahead in the camera, and what that does is it transfers up onto your lid, like when you're looking up, and then when you look down you can see where the concealer has transferred to is where your crease is going to be. And that just helps people like me with really hooded eyes to know where to put your crease. Then I'm just going to be taking this shimmer shade called Golden, and I'm just going to be placing that all over top of that cut crease and really pack it down. And then I'm going to be taking a bit of that dark brown shade. I'm going to be blending out the edges over top of it so it's all seamless. And now I'm going to go back in with the eyeliner and finish off doing my wing now that I've done my cut crease. Then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm using the Maybelline Pumped Up Mascara, and I'm just going to be applying this to my lashes. Then I'm going to be taking some of the BYS lashes. Now these are the Triple Luxe lashes. These are like the most nicest lashes that I've ever bought from just a general store. They're really fluffy, they're not too plasticky. They definitely give a really beautiful, glamorous look, and I absolutely love them. So I'm just going to be applying those with the Revlon Lash Glue. Now this glue you can buy from Kmart as well. Like I said, everything is going to be from Kmart. So for my foundation today, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Now I am in the shade Porcelain. It's probably a little bit too pale for my skin, but I'm still going to be using it today anyway. And I'm just going to be using a beauty blender to apply this all over my face. Now that I've got that all on my skin, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and place that underneath my eyes, my bridge of my nose, my bottom of my chin, and my forehead. And this is just going to conceal and highlight at the same time. It's not really going to highlight much, to be honest though, just because my skin tone at the moment is extremely pale. And the palest shade that they do have in this Fit Me Concealer kind of is my skin tone color. If anything, it's like a smidge darker. Next, to contour my face, I'm going to be using the Australis Take Me On Tour Cream Contour Kit. Now it just looks like this. I tried these two shades the other day on my face and I honestly didn't notice a difference. I did not like the color of them, they didn't go with my complexion, but I'm absolutely loving this dark shade here. So I'm going to be using this one today again to contour my face. And I'm just going to be placing it underneath my cheekbone. I'm going to be using a little duo brush. This is actually an e.l.f. duo brush, which you can also find at Kmart. And I'm just going to blend that in. And then I'm going to go ahead and bake my concealed areas just using that BYS translucent powder once again. And I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose just because I have quite porous skin. So I find that when I put a translucent powder into my pores on my nose, it actually fills it really, really nicely. Around my mouth where I might crease later on, my nose. Then I'm going to go ahead and use a product which I use on every single one of my clients in my salon. I have this for myself. I use it in my salon because I love it. It is just a really good high coverage powder that I think is the bomb, and especially for such a good price as well. And that is the Australis Fresh and Flawless Powder. This is the pressed powder and I'm using the color Natural today. And I'm just using a big flat top brush just to fill in all those areas where I had not powdered before. Now I like to press the powder in just because I do have oily areas on my face, such as around my jawline, my T-zone, and yeah. Now to bring some color back into my face, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Sculpt powder. Now this is a contour powder and also a highlight, but I'm just going to be using the contour powder today because when I tried the highlighter out, it didn't really give much highlight, so I'm going to dip into this powder. Now moving on to blush, I'm going to be using this Fifth Avenue blush. This is the Kmart brand, I believe, from what I know, but it's just done up in really nice fancy packaging, and it has a whole separate range to the OXX range, and this is the color Berry Parfait. And of course, probably the most favorite product I have out of this entire collection from Kmart that I did buy the other day would have to be this little highlighter right here. Now, this is the OXX Kmart brand highlighter. It cost me $4, and I'm not even kidding you, this is to die for. So these are the three colors here. You've got a light pinky champagne color, you've got a gold, and then this white. Now this white, I think it's more like a setting powder because it's actually really pigmented. It's got a matte finish to it, but this shade and this shade here are absolutely to die for. Like, I know it probably doesn't come off too great in camera, but they are amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the gold one just because that's my color preference when I did try them out on my face the other day. Now I'm going to move on back up to my eyes, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to apply some of the colours that I used on my eyeshadow earlier, just under that lash line. I'm just picking up a mixture of Toffee, Sundown and Majestic, which is the three shades just here, and I'm just going to run that under my lash line. Then I'm just going to be taking that Maybelline liner and I'm just going to be running this along the bottom of my waterline. And finishing off with the lips, I'm going to use my all-time favorite lipstick that I do have in my collection. This color is a color that I haven't found in any other brands yet, so this is why I love it so much. And I also really love the formula of this lipstick because it lasts all day, it doesn't dry too bad, it is pretty perfect. And that is the Biz Velvet Lipstick, and that is in the shade Sand Dune. And before I finish off, I'm going to just go ahead, I'm going to go over my eyebrows just one more time. I'm going to be taking a spoolie, which is on the end of my brow brush, and I'm going to be spraying it with some of the Australis primer just to sort of wet the brush. And then I'm going to comb through my brows just because I did get some powder on my eyebrow hairs throughout my makeup. So I just like to go back through and wet them down. And then another trick that I like to do when I am using products that don't make my brows very dark is I like to take my brow spoolie and then just sort of rub it into the powder and then just go back over it because there are some hairs in there that are quite white from the foundation and powder that I got in there by accident. And that just helps to slick them down in place, gets rid of any of that white powder and just brings them back to looking nice and fresh again. And that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a heap of fun trying to film it. It took me a lot of goes to film this because originally it did not come out so good on my camera, and then this time around it's actually like 3:45 in the afternoon and I started filming this at 10 a.m. I'm not even kidding you. That is how long it has taken me to finally get to this end result, just because of children. They were hungry, I had to drop them off, pick them up again, and then sort them out, and here I am finally with the end result. So I'm super happy with how this has turned out. I'm going to talk about a few products that I loved and a few products that I hated. So I absolutely loved all of the Australis products, the primer, the contour cream and the powder. I absolutely loved this Biz translucent powder under my eyes. It gave a really nice coverage and it was light enough to be as a contour shade. I think my favorite product of the entire lot was the highlighter. Like a $4 highlighter that gives off a glow like that, I think is well worth the money and can have a place in my kit any day. Products that I probably hated and would not repurchase would be the brow palette, obviously because it's a powder and I don't do powders, but I wanted to try and find something that was cheap that worked, and I can show you guys you don't need to spend $32 on a brow product when you can make a $2 product work just like this. But that was it for the hated products. I wasn't a real fan of the highlighter out of this trio, so I did not like that, but I did enjoy the contour out of it. It was really nice and pretty, and I think that's pretty much it. If you guys did like this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up because it really supports my channel. I was even thinking maybe do a complete look using all these products again, but do something soft and natural. Like this is a really nice glammed up vampy sort of going out evening look, photo shoot look, Instagram look, whatever you want to call it. But if you'd like me to do a really nice and natural look for every day, whether it's going out to lunch, whether it's for work, if you'd just like me to do a nice soft glowy everyday look with this kit, I'm more than happy to, because the amount of looks that you can create with these products is absolutely endless. So if you'd like to see me create more, definitely let me know. So I'm going to leave a complete price of all the products here that I used today in the bottom of the screen. I haven't added it up yet, but I know it's like at least got to be under $100, and I feel like for under $100 all these products were well worth buying because I look like this right now. And that was from all of these products. So I don't have much more to say, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.